Hello, hi. Today I'm going to prove a farmer's identity in trigonometry. I'm going to prove for you guys why sine squared of a given angle theta plus cosine squared of that angle is equal to 1 in trigonometry. To prove this, I'm going to use a unit trigonometric cycle. Yes, let me try to sketch a trigonometric cycle here. Yeah, this is a cycle, and let me add cosine axis. This horizontal axis is the axis for cosine. This is the cosinus axis, and let me add the vertical axis, the sinus axis. It's the vertical axis in trigonometry. It is the axis of sinus of angles. And suppose that we have a unit cycle, meaning that we have a cycle of radius equal to 1, then it means that at this point we have cosine equal to 1, and at this point we have sine equal to 1. At this point we have cosine equal to minus 1, and here we have sine equal to minus 1. And let's suppose that we have a given angle theta here. This angle, let me call it theta, and let's take this point and give it coordinates x and y, and these coordinates can be defined on x-axis. On x-axis we have x projected here, and on y-axis we have sine the projected here. This is y. Yeah, and cosine of our angle theta here is equal to, it's normally equal to this distance divided by the radius, and the radius is equal to 1, so we have cosine of theta equal to x, and sine of theta is this distance. Then we have sine of our angle theta equal to this distance y. Yeah, so let's define this triangle. A right triangle whose sides are this side and this side, this horizontal side, and the hypotenuse being this radius. So one side is x, and the other side, this side is equal to the distance y, because it's parallel to y, then this is y. And the hypotenuse, let me call it z, is equal to 1, because the radius of our cycle is equal to 1. To prove this identity, we have to use a Fermat's theorem in mathematics known as Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem, based on this triangle defined here with side x, y, and z, the theorem states that the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of x squared plus y squared. This is the Pythagorean theorem in mathematics based on this triangle. This triangle. Yes, this triangle. So if we replace z, if we replace this value z by 1 in this Pythagorean theorem, we will have 1 squared, which should be equal to x squared plus y squared. But then let's go ahead and replace this x here by its value on trigonometric cycle here, which is this cosine theta. And let's bring this cosine theta in our Pythagorean theorem here to have x squared replaced by cosine squared of theta. And let's go ahead and replace this y in Pythagorean theorem by its corresponding value on our trigonometric cycle here, y, to be equal to the sine of theta. Then we will have this y squared replaced by sine squared. Then our formula here becomes plus sine squared of theta. And we all know that 1 squared is equal to 1. This is equal to 1. Then 1 equal to cosine squared of theta plus sine squared of theta as required. Then we get our trigonometric identity. So guys, this is the proof, the short proof of our identity, which is much used in trigonometry. I hope you have understood this. Thank you for watching. Bye.